Hey there, welcome to Tim Talks Cooking. I'm Tim, and today I'm making a keto New York cheesecake, and this is a recipe that's really simple, that's delicious, and that's just a classic. I think you're really going to like it. It's sugar-free, gluten-free, and low-carb, and actually pretty low-cal for a cheesecake. Of course, we'll be talking about the macros at the end of the video, so stick with us, and let's get started. Here in the bowl of my stand mixer, I've got two 8-ounce packages, that's 500 grams, of softened cream cheese. And to that, I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup, that's about 80 grams, of sour cream. Let me get all of that in there. Next, I'm going to add in some sweetener. This is 1 cup, which weighs out to 6 ounces or 170 grams of my homemade keto sweetener. You can use whatever other sweetener you prefer and use whatever amount you like to taste. You can dump it right on in there. Here we've got 2 eggs that I've beaten up. And I've got 1 tablespoon each here of lemon juice and lemon zest. Get all that in there. I'm also going to add in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. In it goes. And next, we're just going to mix this up until it makes a nice smooth filling. And it's going to take a few minutes. Here, we're going to stop it and scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl and the beater. Get it back down in there. Start it up again. Here we go. We'll scrape it down a second time. You can see it's becoming smoother. You can also use a hand mixer or a food processor. You could use a blender for this as well. Make a really nice smooth batter. Anyway, I'm going to keep scraping here a little bit. I don't want anything to remain on the bottom. In the meantime, you'll want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 175 centigrade. And now this is pretty much it. Looks pretty smooth to me. If you got a few lumps, that's no big deal. I'm going to give it a taste for sweetness and to see if we need a little more vanilla or lemon juice. And that's really pretty good right there, I think. That's nice. Here's what the batter looks like. This gives you a little better view of it. It's very smooth. It's pretty liquid, as you can see at this time. And I'm going to set it aside. And here I've got in this springform pan, this is a 7-inch springform pan, I've got 1/4 of a keto pie crust recipe. It was left over from when I made quiche recently. And I've already pre-baked this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 175 Celsius, for 15 minutes and then allowed it to cool completely before using it here. I've also buttered the inside of the pan a little bit to help unmold it later on. All that's left to do, of course, is to pour the filling in just like this. We'll get it all in there. And once we've filled up our pan, we're going to shake it a little bit to distribute it evenly, and just like that. And then I'm going to drop it from about 1 inch height a couple of times to get the air bubbles to release from inside of it. And we don't want to exaggerate, but there we go. It's ready to go into our oven now for at least 50 minutes. You want to check it after about 45 minutes or so. We may leave it in for up to 1 hour and 10 minutes. Now here it is after 45 minutes, just to show you what it looks like. You can see it's looking pretty good, but it's still pretty liquid. It's very jiggly, and the center is sunken still. It's not quite where we want it. 12 minutes later, though, it is exactly where we want it. Look at how beautiful and puffed up that center is. It's now completely cooked. Now here's our cheesecake out of the oven. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm going to let this cool on this rack here for about 2 hours at least, and then in the refrigerator for 6 hours before I serve it. Now here I just want to show you how nicely this slices up here. I'll bring in a plate. Look at this. Isn't that lovely? Just gorgeous. I'm going to serve that up. How about a coffee with that? Well, all right, let's give it a taste here. Man, this is going to be so good. I mean, it's cheesecake. How bad can it be, right? That is so good. To me, this is exactly like the high-carb, full-sugar version. Man, I think it's just delicious. I really hope you try it. Let's talk macros for the whole recipe, for this whole cake, right? Comes down to
1,428.3 calories, 29.1 grams of net carbs, 54 grams of protein, and 143.4 grams of fat per portion per 1/8 of this cake. It's really quite good. Each portion has 179 calories, 3.6 grams of net carbs, 6.8 grams of protein, and 18 grams of fat. Before you go, don't forget to like the video, give it the thumbs up, share it on Facebook and elsewhere in social media, to comment on it right here at YouTube, and to subscribe to my channel. Helps my channel grow and it helps you find my videos, especially if you click on that notifications bell. Thanks so much for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking, huh? We'll catch you next time.